Good evening and welcome to Southam College. I'm Joe Ginn, Captain of Godiva House.
And I'm Georgia Bishop, Head Girl. Thank you to Rebecca Crompton for her wonderful musical applause.
Please give a warm welcome to our stage party of Mr. Samra, Head Teacher, Mr. Wallace, Chair of Governors, Mr. Bradbury, Head of Sixth Form, and our guest of honour, Mr. Tom Heap.
We start tonight with a video featuring past students of Southam College. These individuals studied at Southam in the past and were contacted by Miss Harwood to share their thoughts about tonight with you. We start with Michelle Pan, who studied here until 2013.
Congratulations to you all on this awards evening tonight. My name is Travis Mills and I was at Southam College between 2007 and 2013. I studied art, graphics, maths and physics during my time at sixth form at Southam College. I then went on to study architecture at Sheffield University and I was awarded a first class in studio design work. Since leaving university, I've been able to do many things. And this is all an attribute of the success that I had at Southam College. I've been able to work on multi-million-pound projects from around the world at my practice, BDP, in Manchester, which is Europe's largest firm of architects. I was approached by those at university and was asked to work for them during my year out. I've also been able to launch my own personal runway fashion design studio, Travis Mills Designs, which I do in my spare time and enjoy as a hobby. One of the key skills that I learned at Southam College was playing to my strengths. However, you cannot ignore your weaknesses. They aren't a weakness as such, they're just an area for improvement, which is what I learned. Play to your strengths, but always improve on your weaknesses, and this will take you far. There are many things that I'm proud of. Acquiring this sign from Whistler on a 2-hour hike to the top of the mountain, publishing my dissertation on the Bauhaus and IKEA, and getting a very, very good mark in it, and then also starting up and being able to design and craft handmade garments. So finally, congratulations once again, keep up the good work, and on a last note, thanks to all my teachers as well, if you're still there. All the best, enjoy the rest of your evening, bye-bye.
To introduce our celebrations tonight, please welcome our Chair of Governors, Mr. Wallace.
This is where it all goes flat, and we'll see how we go anyway. On behalf of the Governors, I'd like to say good evening to you all, and also the college staff, and obviously all the students here. And I'd like to welcome you to the 2016 awards evening. I would especially like to welcome our guest, Mr. Tom Heap, who is the Rural Affairs Correspondent for BBC News, I hope still. No? That's Wikipedia up the sheet then. And a regular reporter, presenter and an investigative reporter of BBC programme Country Fire. That's right. Because I have seen you on it. Of course, I'd also like to welcome back all our pupils from last year who've moved on to further education and careers. For those of you who don't know, the Southam College Awards Evening is an annual event in which we showcase the achievements of the students. Not only their academic results, but also their achievements in other activities such as sports, drama, music, community service, etc. I'm sure that the head, Mr. Samra, will go into more detail about this later, about the excellent results and achievements in the last academic year. However, I'm pleased to say that it was a record year for GCSE results. For instance, 87% A star to C in English and Maths, and this performance places the college in the top 10% of schools nationally, which obviously we're quite pleased about. The A-level results were also very positive, with 58% achieving A star to B. I'd also like to take this opportunity to let you know that the governors and the college staff are not resting on their laurels, but are continually looking at areas that can be improved. We aim to provide, in conjunction with past and future partners, such as Warwickshire County Council, the new Stowe Valley Multi-Academy Trust, and the Department for Education, the best facilities and resources possible, so that all existing and future students of the college can achieve, or preferably even exceed, their own dreams and aspirations. For instance, examples of buildings improvements that have been made around the college can be seen. Who's seen the new science block with its exterior surfaces that change colour as you walk past it? Anybody? Good, that's what we like to see. How about the new drama studio? No. Have you seen a new building going up the back of the swimming pool? That's the new drama block, due to be the new music block, due to be completed in January. We are aware that the last two Ofsted ratings of outstanding continue to attract more students to the college, and from the catchment area and beyond. For instance, the college now has record numbers in the sixth form, 300, and 1,345 in the wider school. This brings challenges associated with the greater numbers in establishing what the students' dreams and aspirations are, and ensuring that we can do whatever is required to enable the students to fulfil them. There's two other things I'd like to mention. Firstly, do you know where the students have been on educational trips in the last year? Well, in case you do not know, the places are Uganda, Switzerland, Iceland, New York, Austria, Spain, Germany, and Lithuania. Quite a place, I think. Secondly, the students have also raised record amounts of money for charities during the year, which I'm sure the charities very much appreciate. However, with the changes in technology and the methods of travel, the world seems to be becoming a smaller place. This means that students of today not only have to compete with other students in this country, but also have to compete with other students on a worldwide basis. We as a college can only do so much, and this is a partnership deal. If the college provides the best resources possible, it is ultimately up to you, the students, to work hard and use these resources to achieve success in whatever direction your dreams or aspirations take you. I would now like to pass you back to our hosts, Georgina and Joe, to guide us through the rest of the evening. Thank you all, and I hope you have a happy Christmas.
We now come on to the awards. In outline, there are 4 categories of awards being made this evening. Subject awards for outstanding academic achievement in GCSE and A-level external exams, special awards to recognise specific achievements, trophies to recognise exceptional performance and effort, and we are also using this evening to present a number of students and former students with their exam certificates.
Most of the awards are in the form of £20 or £10 gift tokens, up to a maximum of £200. Several of the special awards also include an engraved trophy.
There is an important reminder to award winners. Please collect your award, then come down the steps at the front of the stage, walk down the centre aisle and leave the hall via the left-hand door. Have your photo taken and re-enter through the right-hand door before returning to your seat. We start with the Year 11 GCSE awards. There is 1 award for each of the GCSE subjects studied in Year 11.
Firstly, we have a winner of a massive 4 awards in history, music, further maths and overall progress. The winner is Hannah Clayton.
Next, we have the winners of 2 awards each, Sarah de Mabro Denson for Food and German, and Emmerette Jurger for PE and Engineering.
Also winning 2 awards are Constance White for Drama and Health and Social Care, Ella Sparks for English Literature and Geography, and Daniel Spence for Photography and Dual Science.
Next, we have winners of single awards in individual subjects. They are
Isabel Gilts for Art, Claudia Franklin for Child Development, and Lauren Cashmore for Biology.
Next, we have Elizabeth Ovens for English Language, Megan Wilson for Graphics, and Joe Stewart for Philosophy and Ethics.
We have Leah Wheeler for BTEC Business, Finn Campbell for GCSE Business, and Susanna Brooks for Citizenship.
Kane O'Neill for Resistant Materials, Emily Cousins for IT, and Emily Woodbridge for Textiles.
And finally, Harry Bradley Morgan for BTEC Sport, and Rebecca Crompton for Spanish. Most of these students are now studying for A-levels in a sixth form here at Southam.
Next, we have the A-level awards. A-level awards are presented to students from last year's Year 13, most of whom have gone on to study for degree courses at colleges and universities across the country. We are pleased to welcome back so many ex-students, however some of them cannot be here as not all courses have finished for Christmas.
Firstly, we have a winner of 3 awards. For Geography, History and the EPQ, the winner is Ellie Mae Parker.
Next, we have the winners of 2 awards each. Clara Spencer for English Language and Media, Billy Jenkins for Politics and German, and Jess Burton for Art and Product Design. Now in groups of 3, the winners of single awards. William Edwards for Drama, Jeremy Ver for Chemistry, and Lucy Haig for English Literature.
Ben McCone for Graphics, Lucy Belcher, Health and Social Care, and Toby Clarkson for Music.
Joanna Lee for Photography, Holly Brooks for PE, and Harry Jones for Physics.
Phoebe Brown for Psychology, Sarah Disney for Sociology, and Emily Hellywell for Textiles.
We break now for a video interlude. This celebrates a trip to Uganda last summer led by Miss Harwood. Some of the Year 13s attending tonight were involved in this amazing trip.
We now move on to the special awards and trophies. These are made each year for a variety of reasons. They range from examination success to outstanding contribution to the life of the college and the wider community. The latter awards also carry a trophy, which the recipient receives for the year. We are very pleased that this year all the winners are with us tonight.
The first of the awards in this category are the GCSE awards. The following students receive an award for their superb achievement across all their GCSE subjects. They achieved an incredible array of A-star and A grades. They are
Hannah Clayton and Sarah DeMambro Denson.
Ella Sparks, Lauren Cashmore and Isabel Gilks.
For outstanding performances at A-level across all their A-level subjects, please welcome back to the college and onto the stage Harry Jones and Ellie Mae Parker.
Billy Jenkins and Sarah Disney. For service to the college, a number of students were involved in the paired reading scheme. This involves sixth form students helping lower year 7 and 8 students with their reading. The students winning an award are chosen as they did not miss a reading session for their whole time in year 13. The winners are Harvey Turner, Holly Brooks and Phoebe Brown.
Lauren McClardy, Jess Burton and Jess Wood.
We continue our presentations of special awards with the major awards. For the information of the audience tonight, we have changed the running order slightly from what is advertised in the programme.
First is the Determination Award for Drama. You will now hear from the Head of Drama, Miss Ferguson.
The Determination Award this year for drama goes to someone who has an exceptional sense of humour, always has a smile, and is always very keen and ready to learn. Since year 10, he has really grown and come well out of his shell, and the development of this person has been astonishing. This year, the Determination Award goes to Stephen Faulkner.
Next comes the Rachel Farndon Memorial Shield for Biology, awarded each year in memory of Rachel Farndon, a sixth form student from the college who was tragically killed in a road accident shortly after completing her A-levels. Mr Altringham is now going to speak about this year's winner.
This year, the Rachel Farndon Memorial Shield for Biology goes to a student who has gone on to study medicine at university. He has been chosen for this award due to his effort, enthusiasm and achievement on the A-level course, but above all for his ability to catch me out with his intelligent and deeply thought out questions and observations. This year, the Rachel Farndon Memorial Shield for Biology goes to Jeremy Veer.
The Barry Coldry Award for Physics. Presented each year in memory of former Head of Science of the college, this year's winner will now be presented by Mr Etheridge.
This year, the Barry Coldry Award goes to someone that's worked consistently well throughout the year. His persistence and hard work is a credit to himself and the school, which has earned himself this award. This year, the Barry Coldry Award for Physics goes to Harry Jones.
The James Spencer White Award for Effort. It is so important that effort is recognised in the same way as achievement, and the next group of awards are made for this reason. James Spencer White was a former Chair of Governors. This award is made each year to the student whose staff feel made the greatest effort to achieve the highest possible grades in external exams. Mr Bradbury is going to explain about this year's recipient.
This year, the James Spencer White Award goes to a student who's one of the hardest working in Year 11. She showed real dedication and I was really pleased when she got the grades she needed to get into sixth form. On average, her GCSEs were 2 grades higher than the progress forecast against her target grades. This year's winner is Amber Pierce.
highly commended for effort. These awards are presented to Year 11 students who, in the opinion of their subject teachers, made considerable effort to achieve the highest possible GCSE grades. The winners are
Jade McAllister, Chris Simmons and Amaret Jurga.
Harry Bradley Morgan, Ella Sparks and Emily Boddington.
The Graham Knight Award for Art. This award is given to an outstanding artist. Mr. Valentine will speak about the winner for 2016.
This year's Graham Knight Award goes to Jess Burton. Jess managed to combine an incredible work ethic with genuine creative flair and intellectual rigour. She was a student who was willing to embrace that which was unfamiliar to her and to consider things that were beyond the confines of the classroom and of art itself. All of her work was immediately engaging to all who saw it.
This year the award goes to Jess Burton.
The Rosie's Music Trust Award. This award is presented annually in memory of 8-year-old Rosie Holland Pask from Napton, who died in June 1996. A trust fund was set up in her name to encourage other children to share her love of music. Miss Thompson is going to explain about this year's winner.
This year, the Roses Music Trust Award goes to a student who was a founder member of the Ukulele Club and has since supported younger students by welcoming them into the group and encouraging them to learn to play, which develops their confidence. This year, the award goes to Stephen Faulkner.
The Roger Carr Award for Engineering. This award is sponsored by Southam Rotary 2000. Mr. Etheridge is going to talk about the recipient of this trophy.
This year, the Roger Carr Award for Engineering goes to someone who is very passionate about engineering. He has stood out amongst his peers and has worked hard in areas of maths, physics and product design to give him these fine qualities he now uses for his degree. This year, the Roger Carr Award for Engineering goes to Harry Jones.
The Jennifer Fennell Award. Jennifer was a student at Southam until 2008 when she completed her A-levels in drama, English literature and media. She studied at Worcester University and graduated in 2011. Sadly, Jennifer died in the summer of 2014. Jennifer was an incredibly diligent student and the award is created to reward students in the sixth form who worked hard to achieve their A-levels. Miss Smith is going to explain about this year's winner.
The Jennifer Ann Fennell Award for Most Diligent Student this year goes to a student who was outstanding from Year 7 to Year 13. In Year 9, she had a book published, and in Year 13, she was a role model for other students with the levels of hard work and excellent revision she put in. This year, the Jennifer Ann Fennell Award goes to Brittany Lowe.
Howard Mann Cup for Rugby. This long-standing award is presented in memory of a former student, Howard Mann. The award is made each year to the most promising rugby player from any age group. It was once even presented to Mr. Eden when it was still 4 points for a try. Mr. Alberton is going to tell us about the winner.
The Howard Mann Cup goes to the most promising rugby player within the school. This year, the award goes to a player whose athletic nature and developed skills have shown him to be one of the class players of his year group. The award goes to Mario Palmer.
The Dave Knapp Award. This award was donated by Dave Knapp, a former deputy head teacher who worked tirelessly for the benefit of students and to help the school achieve its outstanding status. This year's winner will be explained by Mr. Bradbury.
This year, the Dave Knapp Award goes to a student involved in the Uganda trip. Miss Harwood nominated this person as someone who really came out of herself on the trip. At the beginning, she didn't know anyone amongst the group as her close friends weren't involved. However, by the end, her confidence had really grown and she was the light and soul of the group. This year's winner is Eilish Bristow. Unfortunately, I don't think Eilish can be here tonight, so she'll be able to get an award at a later date.
Cherry Owen Award for Mathematics. This award is presented in memory of Cherry Owen, a former head of maths who led an outstanding department. Cherry loved maths, loved teaching, and inspired students of all ages and abilities. Her motto in life was whatever it takes, and this award is presented to a student who demonstrated this attitude throughout his studies of mathematics at Southam College. Mr. Chickentelli will speak about this year's winner.
This year, the Cherry Owen Award for Maths has gone to a student with an unwavering dedication to the study of maths. This is shown by his outstanding achievement of an A-star in both maths and further maths. It's been a pleasure to get to know and see him progress and flourish. This year, the Cherry Owen Award for Mathematics goes to Harry Jones.
The Eric Haggard Award for Endeavour. The actual wording of this next trophy is for perseverance, and is awarded each year for the student who has made the most progress in his or her learning in the lead-up to their GCSE exams. This year's winner will be announced by Mrs. Vincent.
This year, the Eric Haggard Award for Endeavour goes to a student who has demonstrated a positive, conscientious approach to his learning and with dedicated, consistent effort has achieved success. This year, the Eric Haggard Award for Endeavour goes to Nathan Hartwell.
The Graham Knight Award for Technology. The Graham Knight Award for Technology goes to a committed and talented student in product design. Mr. Dolphin will now talk about the winner.
Graham Knight Award for Technology is given in memory of a former head of the technology department to celebrate skill, ability and achievement by a student in the subject. Jess Burton has demonstrated her commitment and a gifted approach towards her A-level in product design. Jess has produced exemplary coursework whilst making her A-level projects and has shown a deep understanding of the knowledge associated with the subject. I have no hesitation in giving the 2016 Graham Knight Award for Technology to Jess Burton.
The Nathan Rhodes Memorial Cup for Football. The next award is a new award in memory of a past student, Nathan Rhodes. Nathan came to Southam until 2008 and is remembered by Mr. Elkerton as a really happy and friendly student who loved his sport, especially football. Sadly, Nathan died in a car accident in the summer of 2015. The award is made to honour a talented footballer. Mr. Elkerton will talk about this year's winner.
The Nathan Rhodes Memorial Cup is an inaugural award that goes to the most promising football player within the school. This player's skill, technique and vision enabled him to turn most games. The award goes to Jaden Constable.
The Ruth Sheriff Cup for Outstanding Achievement. Ruth Sheriff was the first head girl at Southam High School, as it was known over 50 years ago. It is made in recognition of outstanding academic achievement. Mr. Bradbury will explain about this year's recipient.
This award goes to a student who achieved an incredible 2 A stars and an A in her A-levels. This was a huge achievement in the subjects of history, sociology and English literature. Yet she really always needed reassuring that she was capable of these grades. I always remember her coming to history revision sessions after school every week on a Wednesday, all the way through the winter. It was incredible. This year, the cup goes to Sarah Disney.
The Andrew Travers Music Award. This award is in memory of Andrew Travers, who died tragically just weeks after completing his A-level courses in the summer of 2016. One of Andrew's great passions in life was his music, and in particular, the drums. He was part of a very popular and successful band called Old Rico, and was on the verge of going on to university to study music. A trust fund in Andrew's name was set up to offer financial support to any students wishing to pursue some aspect of their music education. Once again, Miss Thompson will tell us about this year's winner.
This year, the Andrew Travers Music Award goes to 2 students who, throughout their years here, have been involved in many shows and concerts. They've always taken a professional approach and shown plenty of enthusiasm, having lots of fun along the way. The award goes to Tia Hudson and Beth Ovens.
Trophy. The Netball Trophy is an award for students who dedicated their time in school and outside school. Their commitment and dedication is recognised in this award. Miss Evans is going to speak about this year's winner.
This year, the Netball Trophy goes to someone who has demonstrated hard work and commitment to training in and out of school. Her performance is outstanding, as well as her leadership skills during her role as captain of the team. This year, the Netball Trophy goes to Molly Grant.
The Holywell Masonic Lodge Literacy Award. This award is kindly donated by the Holywell Masonic Lodge. It is awarded for outstanding effort in English. Miss Smith will explain about our winner for 2016.
The Holywell Literacy Award this year goes to a student who has shown a passion for English from the moment she arrived at Southam College. This student has a wonderful flair for writing and a passion for literature, reading widely for pleasure. Her balloon debate presentation in Year 12 was an example of rhetoric at its most poignant and will long be remembered. This year, the Holywell Lodge Literacy Award goes to Lucy Haig.
The Ed Priest Community Sports Award. The third of our sports awards this evening is presented in memory of Ed Priest, who died shortly after completing his GCSE courses. Ed's many friends in the college wanted to do something to remember Ed by, and as well as raising a considerable sum of money for the Teenage Cancer Trust, they also decided to fund an annual award in Ed's name. Ed did so much to help other students, including those younger than him, to get involved in sporting activities and to improve their skills and abilities, that the idea of a community sports award seemed most appropriate. Mr. Alkenton will detail the winner.
This year, the Ed Priest Community Sports Award goes to a student who was outstanding in his refereeing throughout the community at Southam College. He was a go-to guy and always keen to commit and contribute to the life at Southam College. This award, the Ed Priest Community Sports Award, goes to Samuel Lee.
John Turner Community Service Award. This award is in memory of John Turner, a former Southam Town Councillor and Vice Chair of Governors at the College. The annual festival of arts, crafts and hobbies held in this hall each November provides much financial support for the awards being presented this evening. Mr. Bradbury will explain about this year's winners.
This year, the winners of this award were again the life and soul of the Uganda trip. One thing they did do for the community is, in terms of fundraising, they organised a large music event which got loads of money towards the team and really brought the local community together. This year, the winners are Katie Mitchell-Moore and Jess Ward.
The Moy Hughes Achievement Award, presented each year in memory of Moy Hughes from Harbury. Moy was a tireless supporter of the college, both as a parent and as a long-standing member of the PTA. He was always keen to champion the cause of those students who do not always find learning easy. Mrs. Vincent will once again explain about who has won this year.
This year, the Moy Hughes Achievement Award goes to a student who took responsibility for her own learning and worked extremely hard to overcome barriers she faced. By going above and beyond in everything she did, she achieved exceptional results. This year, the Moy Hughes Achievement Award goes to Hannah Clayton.
Chair of Governors Award. This award is presented to last year's head boy and head girl. As current head girl, Georgia is going to talk about this year's winners.
Joe and Harry were brilliant in their positions and showed complete dedication. They took to their roles brilliantly, and it was a privilege to take over their roles this year. The award goes to Joe Lee and Harry Stewart. The Head Teachers Award. This final award is made each year at the discretion of the head teacher to the student or students who did the most to promote the college. Mr. Samra will explain about this year's winner.
Okay, good evening everybody and welcome. The Head Teachers Award this year. The award this year goes to a student who's been an incredible role model both in and out of the classroom. It goes to a student who was well liked and respected not only by his peers but also by his teachers. It goes to a student who epitomised the spirit and mindset that we aim to instill in all of our students, This being that by being the best you can be, anything really is possible. And it was this hard-working and mature approach which led this student to achieve the highest progress score in Year 11. I'm very pleased to say this award goes to Harry Bradley Morgan.
Whilst that marks the completion of the presentation of subject awards, special awards and trophies, we will later be presenting the examination certificates to students and former students who have not yet been on stage this evening.
We are now delighted to introduce our special guest for the evening. We are really pleased that TV journalist Tom Heap has kindly offered his time to speak at our awards evening this year. Tom is a very well-known presenter who has worked at the BBC for a number of years on the Rural Affairs programme Countryfile and also on current affairs programme Panorama, including a recent documentary on antibiotic-resistant superbugs. Please welcome Mr. Tom Heap.
Thank you very much indeed for that introduction, and thank you for inviting me. And I'd just like to say congratulations for a very slick awards presentation ceremony there. It was very, very pacey, and everything went like clockwork. So well done to the team behind that, because I know these things don't always go that smoothly. Mr. Bradbury and others. Once again, well done to all of you. One or two of you were wearing a bit of a groove of familiarity in the stage there. We know who you are, but special congratulations to you. And I'd just like to say we're very lucky to have such a great school in this area. One of my sons is here and has been here throughout the school, and you know it is a great place, and we're very, very lucky. And thank you to Mr. Samra for that, and all the staff, of course, who make it so. Well, although there are some current students here, this is mainly about people who've left education, or at least left education here, and are moving on to other roles and other ways in their life. So I don't need to concentrate too much on the sort of pious stuff about work hard at school, because you've either done that or you haven't, in which case well done or good luck, whichever way it went. So I want to just concentrate a little bit on some of the thoughts about what happens next, and I'm going to look at some of the areas which I know about, which are broadcasting and the media, and also a little bit about sort of food and farming and things like that. And I think looking forward, I want to sort of slightly bastardise a slogan I think appeared on a t-shirt of one of the geography teachers here, which is "Education is important, but biceps are importanter." And I did wonder if that was sexist, but I decided it wasn't, because if I tried to adjust it for women, clearly biceps are important to women as well. So let's just go with that. And you know, like all BBC journalists, you know, I see a bit of political correctness. You know, it's a bit of a minefield. I just tend to roll around in it and see what goes off. But anyway. So, to rephrase that, I think when it comes to having moved on from school, I'd say education was important, but enthusiasm is importanter. And that, to me, is what will really mark you out in the world of work, in the world of university, in the world of apprenticeships, whatever it is you decide to do. And I just want to say a little bit about how I got to where I am today, because people sometimes ask me and sometimes think it's, provide some interesting guidance to where they could be. So I now, as was stated, present Countryfile. In case you're wondering which one I am, I'm the one that sounds like the four horsemen of the apocalypse. It's all been very jolly up until then. Everyone's been skipping around. Ellie's been with the flowers with an artist, and Matt's been with someone cutting the reeds, and it's all very nice. And then I come along and say it's not so nice out there. In fact, some wag on Twitter coined the term the grim keeper for me, which I have to say, I thought, hats off to him, that is pretty good. I was going to get a t-shirt actually with that I could wear at the next summer special, just to bring the mood down. So, yeah, Countryfile now, Panorama, as was mentioned. I also work on a radio programme a lot called Costing the Earth, which is the radio environment series on Radio 4. Very good for all geographers and others who are interested in that area of sixth form as well. So there's some top issues in there for you. But how did I get there? I went to college, did geography at college, left with not a great degree, a 2-2, but I was passionate about films actually. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a film producer in the future. So I went and worked as a runner around London and not getting paid. And then my first paid job was as a post boy in what was then Sky Channel, taking post around the office. And then Sky turned into something like what it is today with 4 channels. There was an option to be an assistant cameraman, which was in effect a sound man. So I ran around with one of those mics on the end of a stick for 3 years, chasing news stories across mainly Britain, occasionally across the world as well for them. Then got a job on the BBC News trainee scheme, then worked on the Today programme on Radio 4 as a producer, then News 24, transport correspondent, Science and Environment correspondent, Rural Affairs correspondent. Yes, I did do that. And in fact, it was because of doing the Rural Affairs correspondent job that I moved up here from London, because although it was a job for national news, they decided it was better to base it out of Birmingham than base it out of London, because Birmingham is a little bit, at least a little nearer the countryside than London was. And then that was my last staff job, and since then moved on to the longer form programmes, many of which I've talked about earlier. There was also a daytime show called Animal 24/7, which is all about sort of animals in peril and the heroes who look after them. And I would say in that sort of progress, really, that the one sort of mantra I always had to myself was a mantra what I sort of call constant pressure. If there's something you want to do, if there's something you want to aspire to, you're not going to grab it immediately. Very few of us are that lucky. But if you keep up the constant pressure, it's a bit like water on a dam. You keep up the pressure for it, and then there'll be an opportunity which is like a crack in the dam. And if you're there and ready for it, you're through that crack. You've broken the dam, and you're on to the next stage. And I try and keep that in mind even now, because there are other things I want to do, I'd like to be doing in broadcasting, and the doors aren't opening for me. You know, there are options which I'm not necessarily achieving, and I still like to think that I can maintain that level of enthusiasm, which is the pressure, the water on the dam, find a crack and go through it. And I've been very, very lucky as a result of what I've done. There are quite a few times, I have to confess, when I say, I can't believe I'm getting paid to do this, which sounds terribly smug, but it is actually true. You know, it's taken me to Everest, it's taken me to Fiji, it's taken me to the Arctic, it's taken me down sewers in London, looking at fat birds, and also looking at a large vat of pork scratching fat. I could just about resist diving into that one. There's one pork scratching still floating in there, didn't go for that. It's taken me to interview Boris Johnson and indeed David Cameron. Remember? Anybody? Any recollection? Thought not. I wanted to, as I said, mention about the opportunities in a couple of areas. So, just in opportunities in broadcasting. I think it's an area where there's a huge range of talents required. It's not just the obvious sort of, you know, the presenter, the journalist, maybe some of the things that I've done. There's an enormous range. There's directors, cameras, sound, lights, communications, social media experts, production, transport, you know, even security, makeup. There are all these roles involved in the creative industries. And sadly, they're too represented by people from London, the people who come in, and too represented by people from urban areas as well. And sadly, the BBC had moved a lot of its work from Birmingham down to Bristol, so there's a bit of a gap in the Midlands here. And I would really urge you to think that this is an area where you could thrive, you could make a difference. And I was talking to Keith Bradbury earlier about some of the areas of white-collar work which are in danger of being made redundant by technology, by computers. And you think about elements of law, elements of accounting, even elements of teaching. You might say that's a good thing, you can replace all these people with a PS4 controller. There are elements of professions which are being threatened by technology. I would argue that a lot of the roles in the media are more robust to that, because they are about that sort of level of creativity, that level of flexibility, which is always going to be difficult for an algorithm to deliver. Well, I hope that's the case anyway, because it should give me another 20 years with a bit of luck. So I think it is a good area to think of, and I would encourage lots of people to think about it. And also, there's been some talk about the sort of de-skilling of this area and how we don't have great camera work anymore, or, you know, everyone's just doing it on their iPhone. You know, one of the reasons that Countryfile is the most watched factual programme in Britain is because of the great pictures that are still delivered. I mean, you look at the work that's been done on the recent Planet Earth series, you know, the effort and the technology and the ingenuity that has gone into that is truly inspiring. So those craft skills are still really, really important. It's not about all doing it on your iPhone. Having said that, there are thousands of opportunities within social media, YouTube Heroes. There's plenty of work there as well. I also wanted to talk briefly about the sort of food and farming, which is the area that I cover, because I'm always stunned that it's often seen as a little bit of a sort of a backwater in employment. The challenges facing food and farming to basically feed what is now 7 billion, will be 9 billion people in the future, while still keeping us healthy, while still keeping the planet healthy, without increasing global warming or indeed taking more land away from the wilderness, and at the same time, whilst without making food unaffordable, is a Herculean challenge. There is real innovation required. There is smart people. There are smart people required in this. And it's not just about, if you own land, you're going to be a farmer. There are so many other roles in it, in terms of science, in terms of, animal husbandry, bioscience, ecology, wildlife, marketing, health. There are so many different roles there. And once again, it's an area which I would argue has enormous potential. So do think of all these things. Just as a kind of a final thought about the way I kind of approach working life, and I think particularly when you leave school, I think I would urge people to be sceptical, not cynical. Be sceptical about much of what you're told. Don't believe the hype. Think for yourself. And from a personal point of view, be kind of a bit of a bandwagon dodger. If I see a bandwagon going by with everyone joining onto it, I'd always think, really? Is that where the truth lies? Is that what we should be doing? Without at the same time being sort of pointlessly anti every convention, which is a sort of a fairly narrow view as well. I would urge people to think for themselves, and think for themselves with a huge passion and belief in what they can achieve in the future. So well done to all of you. Thank you very much for inviting me. And just before I go, if you see me scuttle off relatively quickly, it's because it's the Countryfile Christmas party tonight, which is in Bristol, which is a little bit of a way to go. And who doesn't want to see John Craven in a Santa outfit? I can tell you that certainly tops for me. And someone dresses up as an elf as well and dances about. So that is something not to be missed. So if you see me scuttle off, please forgive me. I've got to get off and enjoy that and have a couple of glasses with my mates down there. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thanks to Tom P for that wonderful speech. We now move on to the certificates, which we presented in small groups. Please welcome onto the stage the following students to collect their GCSE certificates.
Elizabeth Abbott, Katie Andrews, William Baines and Annabelle Barlow.
Felicity Barlow and Callum Beale.
Amy Brooks, Daniel Buckle and Brian Caruana.
Thomas Colborne, Thomas Collins and Madison Collins.
Josephine Cooper, William Cresswell and Tilly England.
Sean Evans, Rebecca Farris, Annie Griffin and Lucy Gulliver.
Olivia Guyer, Francesca Hadley, Morgan Hall and Todd Haynes.
Megan Hickey, Will Hyatt, Alexander Ibbs.
Joshua Keach, Lauren Kelly, Shauna King, Leah Kakali and Annabelle Lawson.
Jessica Levy, Chloe Lewis and Indiana Long.
Katie Malins, Chloe Mason-Tocker and Ben McCann.
Ellis Pearce, Joshua Phillips and Thomas Phillips.
Joe Robinson, Ruben Santu and David Simmons.
Emily Steele, James Stone, Emily Storer, Natasha Tamison and Charlie Thurman.
George Tung, Adam Turner, Lewis Turner and Timothy Veer.
Jack Walker, Samuel Walker, Gareth Welch and Sean Willis.
And finally, Charlie Monroe, Jake Brooks, James Bath and Apsopna Limbu.
Collecting their A-level certificates are
Amy Cooper, Megan Cooper and Nathan Harvey.
Max Rushent and Rachel Sullivan.
That completes our presentation. Please welcome on stage our head teacher, Mr. Samra.
Thanks, Tom. I know you really wanted to listen to my speech, but you've got to go to the country bar party.
That's on YouTube, Gary, so I'll watch on a loop later.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I feel really good about myself now. Somebody's just gone off stage and I'm about to speak. Listen, just taking a moment to reflect, really, and listening to Tom's speech. A lot of the things that Tom was talking about, enthusiasm, constant pressure, absolutely right. And I think within this room, we have the three key elements which the Chair of Governors talked about in making this such a fantastic place. I have such a sense of pride, and I'm sorry, I'm almost like a surrogate parent when I see all of you, because most of you I've seen grow from year 7 onwards. And I guess it's trying to reflect on a number of things. The three key elements. One of the key elements is actually not over here, but it's over here. One of the key elements which I think makes this school such a fantastic school is because of the fantastic support that you receive. I thank you because you give us some wonderful students. You give them the attitude and the aspiration, and you give us the support. You also, I'm sure, have incredible patience. I'm sure on their journey to the successes that they've achieved today, there have been some ups and downs. And obviously they would have corrected you on a million things because they knew better. So thank you for that, because without you and without those foundations, that isn't really possible. And you really, really do need to take notice of that. It's not in every school that we have that level of support. I also, though, have to thank the staff and the fantastic work that they do. I know Mr. Bradbury here is just a symbolic feature of that, but with 108 teaching staff and over 50 support staff, we have a large staff body. And the first thing we say to them is, regardless of where you work, you're working with young people, and your job is to realise those dreams and help them to realise those dreams. I know as a parent, one kind word when children come home makes such a difference to your day, as long as they say, I've had a really positive day at school. And we really talk about that. and making sure our language is right. So thank you very much to the teaching staff and also to the governors who are here who provide the support. But I guess most of all it's thank you to you. I am a bit of a surrogate parent, and as I say, I can remember many of you in Year 7 and now see you grow. I really want you to sort of take tonight, and life is fast, as Tom was talking, it's ever changing. There's going to be something new, a new bandwagon, sometimes positive, sometimes not. And what I want you to do is really take a moment today. I really want you to take a moment somewhere and reflect, because you have done fantastically. It isn't about the grade that you achieved, because all of you would have achieved a different grade. It's about the journey that you've been on. The journey which has brought you to this point. The journey which is, yeah, it's about recognition, but actually it's the fact that you're here today. So take a moment and reflect on that, because you have done brilliantly. Don't think about the next thing. Don't think about the next challenge. Yes, they are important. And of course we want you to have ambition and enthusiasm and constant pressure. But over the Christmas holidays, do take a moment and say, you know something? I did pretty well. Because I'm telling you, you did brilliantly. So do take that moment as well. Also though, today, take that moment also to talk to people around you. You're all having very different experiences. And actually, it's really good to find out what other people are doing and actually take some of those experiences in. So thank you for being such a brilliant, brilliant group of students. I'm very, very fortunate, and again, coming back to Tom, I can't believe the job I do. School was opened in 1958. I'm the 4th head teacher since 1958. It says something about the school that when head teachers come here, they want to stay. And I think part of that is down to you. A lot of it's down to you. A huge amount of it is down to you. So from me, a huge, huge thank you. It is a real privilege to lead this school with others. And all I can say is, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
That really now does conclude the evening. We would like to thank everyone for attending and collecting your trophies.
We would also like to thank Rebecca Cropson for her excellent piano playing and for a lovely start to the evening.
To the head girl and Joe. Unfortunately, the head boy couldn't be here tonight, so Joe stood in as captain of Godiva House at the last minute. So, absolutely brilliant job. Big round of applause. Thank you.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, really does mark the completion of the presentation of a record number of awards and examination certificates.
There will now be drinks and refreshments in the cafeteria. Thank you all for coming. Have a very Merry Christmas.